Welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 2. Well, some bad stuff happened, as you can tell.
Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right. It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the president right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for a nuclear strike. Get to the president as soon as possible.
But the president is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the president. There's something else going on here, and the president may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the president before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the president for now.
All right.
Okay, we're gonna have to get ourselves out of this situation. And while he's still wearing the uniform, he is not wearing the mask anymore. And he doesn't have the mask anymore, so he can't hide in their own uniform. What's stopping them from just pulling off one of their masks, I have no idea. But it's stopping him. Really don't have to do a whole hell of a lot to get out of this situation, because they're not actively pursuing him. We're just in caution mode. I'm gonna save real quick.
What's up, Jack?
Rose.
So, have you decided to talk yet?
Nope.
That's too bad.
Why are you so interested in me all of a sudden?
Because I'm curious. More so than before. Does it really bother you that much?
There must be some things you don't want to say.
Like what?
You know, those things you don't want to say.
Let's see. Things you don't want to say. Like that you've been married before? That you're 80 years old? That you used to be a woman?
Rose.
What exactly is it you won't tell me? Do you think I'd hate you if I knew? Do you really have that little faith in me?
No, it's nothing like that.
Then what is it? It really bothers me. The fact that there's a side of you I don't know. Sometimes I just can't help myself.
You've got me right now. Isn't that enough?
No, it's not. I'm sorry. I know I'm being greedy, but it's just not enough.
What a pain in the ass. I mean, he's running for his life right now. There are soldiers with AK-74s actively pursuing him, and she wants to knock him out of feelings. Now, let's get out of here. Now, on to some of the rather bizarre stuff we had seen in the last episode. James and Ocelot and the freaking ninja came back. Oh, that wasn't... That well, we know from our conversation with Ames a few things. No. One of which is that, surprise, surprise, things are not quite what they appear to be. Wow, there are a lot of these guys. Once you get outside, you'll be fine. Conversation with Ames revealed a couple of things, mostly a lot of confusion. What the hell is going on? There is a Metal Gear being developed underneath of Big Shell. In fact, that was the whole reason why Big Shell was constructed in the New York Harbor. Can you believe that? What is that about? Right out in the open. Everyone can see it. So, this would make the second Metal Gear, which would make an appearance in this game. Remember Metal Gear Ray in the beginning of the game. And when we were going through there trying to take pictures of Metal Gear Ray, the Marines commandant that was giving the speech referred to a Metal Gear project that was being undertaken by the United States Navy. Could this possibly be it? I can't imagine the United States military has too many Metal Gear projects going on simultaneously. So this is probably the one that the Navy was working on. At least one other thing starts to make a little bit more sense here, which is the existence of Revolver Ocelot. Because he was aboard the tanker. And he wasn't leading the charge in the tanker, but he did eventually betray Sergei Galugovich in order to gain access to Metal Gear Ray all for himself, rather than giving it to the Russians. So this brings up a funny little thing about him. Remember back in Metal Gear Solid, he escaped with the Metal Gear test data, which was essentially, like, I guess the blueprints or whatever to build Metal Gear Rex. Then he went and he sold those plans to any country with a big enough budget to pay his fee, which meant that a whole bunch of Metal Gears were being built all around the world. So that's why the Marines built Metal Gear Ray, which was specifically designed to destroy the Metal Gear variants, which were cropping up all over the place. So he has an active interest in gaining access to Metal Gear Ray, because, hey, this weapon's being built to destroy all the Metal Gear Rexes. Hey, if we can get a hold of that Metal Gear Ray, yeah, that'd be something worth a lot of money to us. Oh, that's weird. So that does make sense why he went to steal Metal Gear Ray, but now we have another Metal Gear being developed by the United States military. And he's here. Is the only reason why here is so we can get at Metal Gear? I mean, how many Metal Gears does he need to steal before he just retires? I mean, he's not exactly a young man. That would take a hell of a marksman to hit a guy from that distance with a pistol. I know I couldn't do it. With a pistol in the head, anyway. Maybe I could get a center mass shot or something. Of course, now there's another couple of things that appear to have come up. Oh, jeez, we're going to hide, hide, hide.
Huh?
Fish in the barrel. Another thing that's come up, Ames has referred to, was the hostage situation was not quite what Campbell, the Colonel, has made it out to be. The Colonel mentioned to Raiden that one of the hostages was taken to the roof and shot following the SEAL team being caught. But when we talked to Ames, Ames didn't seem to know anything about it. Not to say that he specifically would.
Raiden, can you hear me?
Pliskin, where have you been?
Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the President's location.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the first floor.
I'm cut off from the core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR sensors in place on the connecting bridge between Shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the Semtex will go off.
Yeah, I heard them talking about that.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure you don't shoot the Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
Okay, what we're going to have to do here is shoot out a bunch of detonators. Or not detonators, but the these little machines over here, which are linked to the... Well, I guess they were detonators, aren't they? Anyway, there's a number of different ones, and I'm shooting all the different locations here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to complete this task without a better weapon, like a sniper rifle. That PSG-1 ammo there.
Raiden, you haven't destroyed all the control units yet. Use the first-person view or the sniper scope to look around.
Oh, there's another one right there. Back to what I was saying before about how Ames wouldn't... he probably wouldn't know whether any of the hostages were killed, because he was bound and gagged and all that kind of crap. Blindfolded, he wouldn't know. But he seems to have indicated, at least, that there's more to this going on than Raiden has been informed about. And Raiden has suspected this for a little while. That the Colonel isn't really filling him in on everything. And that must be frustrating. See that cipher up there? That has one of the detonators on it. Unfortunately, we can't hit it from here. And even if you could, you wouldn't want to hit it itself, because if it blew up, the entire bridge would blow up. Here's where the PSG-1 is. And heading back. Didn't want to waste time watching me go all the way back. Now up here, on top of the cipher's head, is where we will find the detonator. There's the second most pain in the ass. There we go, we got it. Well, back to what I was saying earlier. Changing subject a little bit. Ocelot is here, and we always thought, like, okay, he's going after Metal Gear, but things are not quite what they seem to be. He knows more than he's letting on. He was watching that not interrogation, but Raiden talking to Ames. He was witnessing it. He knew what was going on. He knows a lot more about what's going on than it seems like. And maybe he's the puppet master pulling everybody's strings.
Raiden, I found us a ride.
I don't know.
I'm all ears.
One of the enemy's Kasatkas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held on level B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. One dead and several wounded.
The Kasatka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasaka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasatka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Hey, look what it is.
Over here!
Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Huh.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses. And now this Otacon.
AKA Hal Emmerich, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal Gear organization.
They sabotaged and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the construction of the Big Shell.
Snake and his partner aren't terrorists.
Jack, why are you defending them?
I look back on what I've done here so far, and things like training and sense of duty alone won't get you through a sneaking mission like this.
Jack, are you okay?
You need something higher. I can't think of the right word, but it has to be pure will, backed up by courage, or ideals, or something like that. I'd stake my life on it. The Solid Snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal Emmerich.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
Makes me wonder why the Colonel's putting so much effort, and Snake is putting so much effort into denying that this man in the helicopter is Solid Snake. Quite obviously is. Raiden has his suspicions. Raiden doesn't believe for a second that the guy in charge of the terrorists is Solid Snake. It doesn't really... It does make sense in a way, but not in the way of what we understand of the story at this point in the game. And I really hate to do this here. I don't want to end this episode here because we got some good stuff coming up. But I'm going to have to end it here. So tune in for the next episode and we will head over to the other strut to rescue the President.